Hello everyone, welcome to Inside the Group podcast. Today we will discuss about how group work or not. Before that, let's think about when the last time you work in group. Maybe for your group project, or maybe for your student in club, or maybe when you're organizing something with your friend. Did it well smoothly, or maybe it goes very frustrating. That's what we're exploring today. The psychology of teamwork, how goals shape behavior, how groups learn from experience, and how the group, when they already had a good intention but still struggle. We will connect insights from the research and from our experience to see what makes a group work or not. I am Gareth, and this is
Ilham. And I'm Zahran.
And let's jump to the topic. Let's begin with group dynamic. Zahran, what do you think about that?
I think group dynamic is the way the team to feel to work in, and when they trust each other and communicate openly and share responsibility, the rhythm in group dynamic is very positive. But in other side, when one person is dominate or maybe someone is withdraw and contribute very little to in conversation, the rhythm is breaking down and the tension is visible.
Yeah, like Zaran, I actually experienced that too. Like in some project, not all of us do the same work, and it make us frustration. It grow the frustration on the team. But in another project, the teamwork is really good, and it makes like a good atmosphere, and like it creates a more positive environment, and which make the teamwork is good.
I agree with them. Teamwork is psychological. It's not only about the tasks we do, but it's also the process. It will become a very draining, or it will become energizing group project. Even when the group dynamics is healthy, but sometimes some group it feels still confused. Why? Because they don't know about their goal. Because of that, so many people recommend to use SMART goal. Anyway, can you guys explain or maybe share your experience when you guys use a SMART goal framework?
Sure. Like in one project, our only instruction was, let's finish them. But no one knew exactly what to do. Like, so because no one know exactly what to do, the deadline kept getting delayed. And later we tried a clearer approach. So we have like a specific goals and time based. So it helped us to stay on track.
How about you, Zahran?
I think there is a psychological element that Harvard Business Review article once said that our brain will stay quiet until the goals is reached, and when the goals is too broad or too big, too bigger, and I think they will be demotivated because the effort that they give is bigger than the result they get. So making it to stop, making the smaller step is very crucial, I think, and because it will rewarding ourselves, and it will be help us to stay motivated.
Well, SMART goal is not only about a management language. It's help our brain to reduce the urge to quit from the work. Anyway, I have heard about another framework or method that is named PDCA. Do you know about this, guys? Or maybe you can share some experience or maybe example when you guys use PDCA.
Uh, of course, I have experience with PDCA research method. I think the first plan is planning. The planning is you make a strategy and divide it to roles, and which means what is their roles and what they have to do with the roles. After that is checking, which is evaluate the team's work and see there is a part need improvement or not. So after that is do the improvement to make strategy is better for the next step.
Yeah, for me, like we actually applied this without even realizing it. Like, for example, a class presentation, like we plan the slide, we deliver them, and then we check the feedback from our lecture, and based on the feedback, we can learn something, and that is PCDA in action.
Okay, I can see the shift of the mindset, yeah. So, mistake is not only about a failure. Maybe from that we can learn something, we can get a feedback, and from that we can make our group is more stronger. Before we close, let's bring another perspective from Mackenzie. Do you guys know it? And to share about that, Mackenzie once said there's a common trap when you make a goal setting.
Yes, I know the one trap is when the goals is set by the above, but not include the others. So the people will feel there's no ownership for them to make to reach the goal. So after that, the teams will not checking the others, and they will feel that the goals is set by individually, and they not include into making a goals. So after that, the bad influence will around them, so they will not motivated to work in, and after that they just do for the short term goals, and they not see for the long term goals. So it will be becomes unstable for the goals to reach.
Okay. What do you think, Ilham?
For me, like I actually have felt that too. So like sometimes we hit the deadline, but we did not really grow as a team, and it felt like only checking a box to fill instead of building something that meaningful.
Exactly, I agree with you, Ilham. Sometimes it feels like we just check some list that we have to do, but actually, goals is not only about that. It's about how we achieve the goal and we improve from that. To wrap up our conversation today, we already talked about goals, about PDCA, about SMART goal, how to make a clear goal, and we already share our experience. Zahran, Ilham, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your experience and insight. And for our listeners, we have some reflective question for you. I want to ask that in your next group project, will you just do your job, or do you want to use that opportunity to enhance your capability? Thank you for tuning to our podcast Inside the Group, and see you next time. Bye.